Welcome, everyone. Man, oh man. I don't know why he's making fun of me, but his Mets didn't make the playoffs. The most
I wasn't
suspended
making fun of
player
you.
still did not
That's
make the
my.
playoffs. Man, I was so happy to see that even the Yankees got the ass kicked today. Damn you, Yankees. But man, what a great weekend of football we saw, man. What a great week. Special teams this year has been off the chains. Special teams have been very crazy. We saw some great stuff in New York, some bad stuff in Miami. But before we start the great show, let me introduce you to my colleagues. Over there, my buddy looking for his Twinkies. And Mr. John Paul, how you doing? Have they found the Twinkies yet?
I'm not looking for Twinkies.
Oh, I don't know, because
I'm
you look like you were.
not looking for Twinkies, but I'm fine. All right. Big head.
It looks like you're looking for a little bedtime snack. And then we got my buddy over there. Tony, how you doing over there, buddy?
Lovely.
I know you had the best to make the playoffs.
It's all right.
Man, I love
Don't worry. The Yankees are gonna get knocked out in the first fucking week
Please don't.
anyway.
I don't want to. I work with all Philly fans, and they're gonna give me hell. But all right, man. What a great week of football we saw. Let's start off with Thursday night game, man. This game was going one sided, and out of nowhere, the Kyle Murray Cardinals started picking up, and so Seattle came back to field goal. Tony, how do you feel about this game? And please do not give me your favorite answer, because I will tell you to shut up.
No. It was an exciting game. I got to be honest. I wasn't expecting that kind of fight out of Arizona, especially after the week prior. But they came back. It was a tough loss for them. But Seattle. I think Seattle was just a better team last week. So
Okay.
was my
John
thoughts.
Paul, what do you think, buddy?
I think Seattle played very well. Their wide receivers played pretty decent. Their defense played okay until the second half. I think that's what kind of kept them to win that game is that Kyler Murray didn't do anything until the second half was over. But I mean, Arizona loses it, man. It happens. What are you gonna do?
Okay. Arizona, I really picked you guys to win. You guys had one job to do, and you dropped the egg. Thank you, Arizona. But Kyle Murray, and you guys got to start picking it up, man. I think his name Harrison. Harris, buddy, you got to pick it up, buddy. You can't wait till second half. You got to start. You got to catch the ball in the first half. Help your team out, buddy. Come on, please. All right, guys, let's go to the get
He's a
Ireland.
rookie. He's a rookie. Leave him
Let's
alone.
go across the pond to Ireland, man. I love to see a good game in Ireland, man. I'm so happy to see that. Steelers and Vikings. Steelers were beating the crap out of the Vikings, and then the Vikings started to come back out of nowhere. Carson Wentz played pretty good, I can't say. Tony, what do you think about this game, buddy?
So let's start by saying thank you, Ireland, for opening the NFL's eyes because now we're not going to go to Europe anymore. One of Minnesota's backup, or is it Pittsburgh's backup quarterback, got jumped in Ireland the night before the game. Way to go, guys! Way to show love to the NFL.
Why was that idiot outside?
Stupid.
Why was he outside at night? You got a game. You're there for business. You're there for business. Do your business. You're not on vacation. You're there for a business trip, not a vacation. DK Metcalf made that clear. He said that they asked him for this. You're on a vacation. You're on a business trip, not a vacation.
So you have a certain amount of hours that you work. He's not working 24/7. That's not the way it works. So when I go out on business, I have my hours that I work, and then I have my free time. My time is my time.
But
That's the way it works.
you're in
But
foreign land.
however it is,
You're in
Minnesota,
foreign
I
land,
hate you.
Tony. You're in you're Tony. You're in a foreign like even when you go on your business trips, you're not used to that area, so you don't know where you're gonna end up. He's not even. That's a whole new country you're talking about. Come on, buddy, you gotta be smart. You don't see it.
Thank you for screwing that up, Ireland. Way to go. Anyway, Minnesota, I hate you. You made me lose. I hate you.
I mean, but
Um,
what do you think about the game overall, though?
this is a good game. I mean, Pittsburgh came back and won it at the end.
Okay, John Paul, what do you think, buddy?
Pittsburgh defense is what won that game. As much as yeah, DK Metcalf had that one catch for like 85 yards and a touchdown. Their defense won that game. I think Minnesota had three turnovers in the whole game. I mean, it was bad for Minnesota. And again, garbage time touchdowns mean nothing if you're not going to win the game.
Okay, let's see what's going forward. That means for Minnesota, man. Gotta pick up the slack. And to my buddy, that's a big Minnesota fan. All right, man. Let's go back home to MetLife Stadium. A new era has been born. Jackson Dart. Man, oh man. His best moves was the dance moves he's doing in the end zone like this. He got the touchdown. But man, Giants took a big loss. Leak Neighbors is out for the season. This is another big injury at MetLife Stadium. And I forgot the number that was from recently. Most of the ACL injuries that have happened so far have been happening at MetLife Stadium.
That's false.
But that's what the record numbers show.
That's
But we're gonna get to
false.
that question first. But Tony, I want to go with you because I know this. How do you feel about this game? How do you feel about Jackson Dart? And how do you feel about this whole turf ACL issue? That's the third question.
Um, so let's start with the game itself. Um, I thought Jackson Dart played well. He secured the ball, no turnovers except for that fumble that they recovered anyway. Um, I believe and maybe because it was just his first game and they wanted to build his confidence, they were a little bit conservative in the calling. I think they probably gave and I love seeing Scatterbo on the field, but I think they gave him the ball a little bit too much. Um, and I don't like the play calling up the middle. I mean, yeah, the guy can take some hits, but let him get ahead of speed around the outside and that's where he punishes people. But good win for the kid. I like to see it. Also, Jackson Dart, your mom is so hot. Oh my goodness. Uh, she is unbelievable. I
Okay,
I
okay, okay, we
loved
get it, buddy. We get it.
I loved when they were going back and forth to her. I'm
Okay,
like,
we
oh my
get it. We get
goodness.
it.
I
Okay,
gotta be honest. I thought that was his
okay, we get it. We get it,
I
buddy.
thought that
We
was
get it.
his
She's gorgeous.
girlfriend.
Okay,
But
okay, we get it. We get it.
very
Oh my
very
god.
attractive woman. Very attractive. Um
If Victoria kills him, we know why.
um what was the second question?
Oh god. The second question was I forgot myself.
Exactly. So when it comes to the turf, um, believe it or not, the Giants and the Jets paid to have the turf redone 2 years ago. Here's my thing. I can't understand how they can attribute neighbors jumping and landing awkwardly to the turf. I just don't understand it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Giants get their turf from an NFL approved vendor that probably does turf throughout the entire country. I'm not sure how it works. Maybe it's an anomaly that it happens often at MetLife, or do we just hear about it more because we're in the New York area? I mean, one thing I wanted to mention, and I said to myself, okay, maybe not because it's not the smartest thing right now. So Justin Herbert gets a lot of praise that he's such a great quarterback. I didn't think he looked that good.
That offensive line wasn't there. They lost a lot
That's
of
that's
offensive
why
line.
I said the offense. That's why I said it looked kind of stupid. Even with the offensive line not being there, his passing just didn't look very well. Didn't look very solid. And once again, maybe that's because we don't see him on a weekly basis. Those games are blacked out out of our area. Um, but once again, that's just my take on it. And like I said, with the turf, like I said, I'm pretty sure they use an NFL approved vendor, and I'm pretty sure that same vendor uses that turf on other fields, whether it be NFL, MLB,
But
whatever sports take
but
turf.
but but I understand that part. And like regards to this whole you mentioned the Chargers. What do you take out of the Chargers and like how did you expect this game to be this way it did for the Chargers?
I'm sorry, what?
For the Chargers, did you expect them to lose this game the way they did? I didn't expect them to
No, we all picked the Chargers to win, so we didn't expect the
You
Giants
think
to
it's
win
the
at
offensive
all.
line more? Or is it
Um,
more of a
no,
Herbert?
no, the defense stepped up big time. I mean, sexy Dexy with the interception. I wish he would have got the touchdown, to be honest with you. Um, I mean,
I made a meme for him. I was just saying, as he was running down the field, I like slowed it down right before he got tackled. I was like, "Get your fat ass over here!" And it said the guy trips him. It was hilarious. But go on. Sorry.
no, that's it. I mean, it would have been better if you would have got what's his name voiceover from the Little Giants with what's his name,
Oh
the
God,
the,
something's wrong
the
with this
kid who
guy.
has the gas.
Yeah, Paul, what do you think, buddy, about this whole game and this whole situation, but Turf and the whole Jackson Dart era?
Um, I thought this was the wrong game to start Jackson Dart, but you know what? He came out and he got the win. I said this. before the season started that Jackson Dart, in my opinion, coming out of Ole Miss, was the most ready to play in the NFL quarterback wise. I didn't think Cam Ward.
We get it, buddy. You are a queef. We get it.
I didn't think. I
Yeah,
didn't
if
think Cam
Victoria kills
Ward.
him, we know why. Victoria, we had no parts in this. Okay, Victoria, if you're watching this.
I didn't think Cam Ward was number one. So I think Jackson Dart should have went number one. But I listen. I was praying for the kid that he did good. You know what I mean? You always want to see somebody do good. Granted, I'm a Jets fan and I don't really like the Giants, but you always look to see a new quarterback do great. You know what I mean? I would hope one day, one day the Jets can do the same, but it's that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. And when it comes to the turf, um, honestly, injuries are injuries. Turf, period, which is in 95% of our uh, our NFL teams have it. Turf, period, is not good for you. All right. Turf doesn't give like grass does. You know what I mean? If you want to do a situation, change everything back over to grass. It's just a lot more to maintain. It's a lot more expensive. That's why they don't do grass anymore. Me personally, I like playing better on grass. Turf, again, it's a little bit more bouncy. It's another reason why you have a lot of concussions and things like that from guys hitting the ground. Their head hits the ground, it bounces. You know what I mean? But Cincinnati has they're just as bad. All right. Malik Neighbors had a freak accident where he jumped up and his leg snapped. All right. That ACL snapped while he was in the air. You know what I mean? It could happen to anybody. I mean, look at Tyreek Hill. What happened to him? It's the same thing.
Okay. But man, definitely gotta agree with you on that one. Jackson Dart, big props to you, man. And I gotta give big props to my buddy over there, Ross. The way handling the situation, not being a diva. Hey, yo, Richard Sherman, you want to make a shot at Ross? It's all that stuff, buddy. When he went to the Niners, you didn't do crap over there, buddy. But you want to go on the show on Thursday Night Football and do a whole rant? You didn't do crap with the Niners, buddy. Look at your numbers compared to the Niners in Seattle. So when you're gonna compare somebody's Hall of Fame career, at least look at your numbers, cuz. That's what I gotta say. Russ, keep your head up, buddy. Jackson Dart, you are a sick monster, bro. Hopefully,
Russ is going to get traded. Just
definitely.
he's
I
getting
think I see him going to Cincinnati. Um,
probably.
but I wouldn't want to go there. We're gonna get to that one though. All right, let's go to down south, Tampa Bay, where the weather is beautiful. Buccaneers and Eagles, man. What a game this was. Eagles were dominating the game, and then second half, Jalen Hurts was nowhere to be found. Not a single yard passing. Not a single yard passing. Damn you, Jalen. I have AJ Brown on fantasy. I might trade the guy at this point. What's your whole take about this game, and what's your take about the Eagles? And also, AJ Brown. We were talking about this last week that if he doesn't get targets, he's going to request a trade. He dropped a tweet that brought up alarm. John Paul, I'm going to go to you first, buddy.
Jalen Hurts is a run first quarterback.
He's
He's
Michael
gonna he's gonna run the ball.
Vick.
Well, yeah, I guess, but Michael Vick could throw the ball, and at least he was accurate. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts wants to run the ball first and then throw the ball. If you see any of his completions, most of them are under 20 yards. He can't complete a pass over 20 yards to save his life. Um, and I think them running the ball does, it helps them out. Their defense is also very, very good. Um, Tampa Bay came back, and I got to give them the fact that they came back, but I think it was too little, too late for them.
Okay. Do you think AJ Brown's going to be traded? And if where do you think
Um,
would be a good spot for him to go?
I think AJ Brown might get traded. If he's gonna want to go, if he's gonna want to go anywhere, believe it or not, it's probably gonna be Baltimore.
Really? I thought it would be
Um,
New England.
I think he would go to Baltimore, but if he's requesting a trade, Okay. The best, believe it or not, and I'm being honest with you, the best place for him to go is the New York Giants. But that's not going to happen if it's a trade request because it's the Eagles. They're not going to give the Giants anything. They took Devontae Smith away from the Giants in the draft, so they're not going to want to even try to do that.
And whoever
But
trades
that
him going to pick up that contract. That Eagles will lose a lot of money on that contract. I was hearing too if they do trade him.
Yeah, so I mean, me personally, his best fit would be with a team like the Giants because he would be an automatic number one.
Really, I think it would be New England. Go back to Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel and him were doing great stuff together.
Yeah, Mike, they're not great though. The New England Patriots. So I mean, he wants to go somewhere where he can win. So I mean, granted, yes, the Giants aren't a win now team, but again, you stick with that team for a couple of years. I think you can see the Giants getting a little bit better. Their defense looks good. Their offensive line needs to look a little bit better. But that's the place I could see if he had to go somewhere this year. This year, I say it's either Baltimore or Kansas City. I'm
Okay.
being honest.
Okay. Tony, what do you think, buddy?
Uh, so I picked Philadelphia, even though I hate their guts. Um, I don't understand how many more teams have to come out and publicly disgrace the Eagles for that tush push.
He didn't want to touch that much on Sunday.
I'm just saying,
He ran a sick play where
you
they
can't.
thought they wanted to touch push, and then Barkley was wide open to the left.
Yeah, I just once again, even if they line up in that position, there's still people off sides constantly on it. Um, so I mean, Tampa Bay came out after the game and said, that lining up was offside and blah blah blah. The NFL has to do something about it, and they have to do something about it now. You
And
you
not
can't
they
wait for
can't. It's too late.
you
They
can't
gotta
wait
wait
for
for
the
the league
season to be
meeting.
over.
They're gonna do it in the offseason. They can't do it now. The owners have to vote on it.
They can do whatever they want.
When did you hear the owners doing that ever, Tony? Let me ask you that question,
They can
buddy.
they can set a precedence, make it happen.
I mean, but where do you think and where do you think AJ Brown should go with the whole AJ Brown situation? Where do you think would be a good team for him to go?
I got
Top
to be honest, he might not really care about the targets they're winning. I think he wants a championship more than anything else.
okay. AJ Brown, I'm never drafting you again, buddy. But yeah, Eagles, I hate you guys. I don't know how you guys keep on winning. Jalen Hurts, you're definitely not a top five quarterback. Can't believe Eagles
It's
has got
definitely, yeah, it's definitely luck. The luck's gonna run out soon, though.
hopefully we'll know sooner than later, buddy. All right, let's go to where are we gonna go next? Where do I want to go next? Let's go to Santa Clara. Santa Clara, man, what a game this was. Niners and Jaguars. I picked the Niners. Jaguars came out of nowhere. Their defense and came and win the game. What do you guys think about the Jaguars this year, man?
I don't know what you mean they came out of nowhere. The Jaguars have been playing pretty good this year. That's why I picked them.
Okay. John Paul, I know you love Trevor Lawrence.
They're not playing anybody worth talking about. So their 3-1 record shows, yeah, it's fine. But they haven't played anybody worth talking about. That's like playing the Jets 4 times and losing once. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? I still don't have complete faith. Because if you look, Trevor Lawrence still wasn't really that good. Their defense is what kept them in that game. I think what was there, two touchdowns on defense and one on special teams. So I mean, honestly, it's not Trevor Lawrence doing anything. Trevor Lawrence is still a bum. He's still a bust, and I'll say it until the day he retires.
Oh, oh man, but definitely Jaguars. I didn't expect y'all. I'll say I gotta agree with John Paul on this one. It's pretty rare I agree with him. Yeah, you guys got the win, but that defense, your defense came and got that win for y'all. Because that offense is still looking really shaky. All right, guys, where do I want to go next? Let's go.
Easy. Green Bay, Dallas.
No, we're not going there yet. We got one more game before that. One more game before that. We gotta go to Kansas City and Baltimore. Two primetime quarterbacks going at it again. Kansas City Chiefs, good party, guys. You guys got the win. Baltimore, they had 6 guys out on their defense. Baltimore, you moron.
Umir, hold up real quick, right? Hold on, because you're laughing because I think you heard exactly what I'm at. What I heard
In
that
Baltimore.
You definitely had the slip right there because you were like, okay, both Kansas City, you definitely got the VIN. I heard you. I heard you. It slipped.
Baltimore got the Baltimore Ravens. They were down 6 guys on the defense, and they lost another guy too as well. Baltimore Ravens got a tough stretch ahead for them. What do you think about the Ravens going forward, man?
You
I
want me to
think
go? Oh, Tony.
I
I don't
think
know.
there's
Tony's look like he's napping over there. I think Tony's on nap time.
no tell him on nap. I think Baltimore's still a good team. They love shitting the bed against other good teams, whether it be Kansas City, Buffalo. But I gotta be honest, I don't think KC's that good. So that's what's killing me with this game. So you got lucky, you little bastard, because you picked KC. Um, but yeah, I don't know what happened.
Defense, they had a lot of
And
injuries, man. 1-5.
and
Lost a lot of guys.
watching Jackson get benched was weird.
He got
Yeah,
hurt.
hamstring.
He got hurt.
Still, watching him get benched was
He got benched, but because he hurt his hamstring. What else do you think he wanted to do? What with the hamstring?
I
Josh,
thought it was,
listen.
I don't think
RG3
anybody.
played with a bad hamstring.
I thought it fucked up. I thought it was his knee. But I'm gonna have to pull a Tony here and go. I really don't care. This game was okay. Kansas City always finds that way to win. They'll wind up going out this week and they'll wind up losing to a team that's trash. You know what I mean? It's just the Kansas City way. Kansas City doesn't look great either. Again, their defense kept them in that game also. You know what I mean? That and the fact that Patrick Mahomes, I mean, granted, as much as Kansas City may not be great, Patrick Mahomes is still an unbelievable quarterback, and he's still going to find guys open. So those are the two reasons why Kansas City won that game was the defense and Patrick Mahomes. Because Travis Kelsey's thinking about God knows what because he can't catch a ball to save his life.
Yeah, no,
You know
he's
what I
ready to
mean?
get out. He's ready
It's
to get out and
it's
let Taylor Swift take care of him for the rest of his life.
maybe. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Xavier,
this one, buddy.
I'll give Xavier Worthy his go though. He came back this week. He had a pretty good game, so I'll give it to him.
Definitely. Kansas City, I'm happy I won. Now let's go to Sunday Night Football. I actually went to sleep at 10:30 this week. I went to sleep early. What the? I can't believe the score. I mean, I don't know if I should be happy about the Cowboys. They got the number one offense right now. They got the worst defense in the league. Packers, what the hell happened to you guys there? Your defense was nowhere to be found. And you let that many points. John Paul, I know you love both teams very much. What do you think about the game, buddy?
Um, I don't think Green Bay is who we think they are. Um, I
They're all
think
who they thought they were.
I think Jerry Jones is
We let them off the
laughing.
hook.
I think Jerry Jones is laughing all the way to the draft. And Micah Parsons is laughing all the way to the bank because he was nowhere to be seen. I think he had two tackles. Um,
One sack.
and okay, two tackles and one sack, and that's I'm sorry, but he said earlier this week that he was hoping for at least three sacks and way more tackles. I think the amount that he said was astronomical. But either way, for me, that's not worth $188 million. So I think Jerry Jones is pretty happy. And Dallas's defense isn't great, but guess what? At the end of the game, they held Green Bay. Green Bay's defense doesn't look wonderful either. You let Dallas score 40 points on you. And I mean, listen, I'm a Jets fan. Dallas is going to score fucking 90 on the Jets this weekend.
That's bullshit.
You watch, I'm telling you.
I don't see that, man. I definitely don't see that. When I
All
get to
right.
the Jets, we'll go to that. But Tony, what do you think, buddy?
You know what? I hate you, Green Bay, and I hate you, Dallas. I hate any freaking NFL game that ends in a tie. Makes me sick to my stomach.
Didn't you guys end in a tie last year?
Yes, made me sick to my stomach there too.
Oh my god! But
NFL, do
I don't know
something
what happened
about
here,
that.
man. Green,
I
Green
don't
Bay
care if you have
defense.
to play. I don't care if you have to play 10 hours.
No, I think they should
I
change it
hate a
to
tie.
I think they should change it to the way that the
Yeah.
college does it. College starts at the 20, and if you score great, it makes it a lot more interesting, and I think you won't see a lot of ties. Um, but
But ties are way rare, buddy. You don't see ties that much in the league.
and I get it, and that's fine.
No, we see at least one or two a season.
So
We
that's why that's
started
rare, buddy.
recently.
One or two is not a lot. How many
The
games
NFL,
happened
in the
throughout the season?
NFL, it is.
How many
Umir,
This is
games
not the
happened this season?
NHL. This is not soccer.
Umir, it's different when it comes to the NFL. There's only 18 games, 17, excuse me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that tie, I mean, as good as Green Bay's been, that tie can possibly kick them out of the playoffs if they go, if they go on a soft streak.
But well, let's see what happens, man. Green Bay Packers. You guys were not the team we thought you were, man. I really had confidence you guys, Michael Parsons, coming to bring that defense a lot. The fact that you let Dallas score that many points, it's crazy. And Trayvon Diggs, one play I was confused if you were blocking, if you were for the Packers. If you look at that one play, he was blocking literally nobody and just making sure nobody was in front of the Packers. But that touchdown. All right, guys.
All I know is Micah Parsons can take a seat now and stop this bullshit with the Cowboys. You didn't do anything. Take a seat, shut your hole. Now play in Green Bay, where you're going to be cold starting next week.
All right, guys. Let's go to Miami, man. I watched this game last night. I saw a lot of things I didn't like. The New York Jets had 13 penalties for 101 yards. Miami only had 6 penalties. The thing I didn't like, these refs sucked this game. They were tackle penalties that Miami never got called against. Yes, granted, Jets were really stupid with their penalties and their decision making. And this was a game that was easily winnable, and they did not win it. John Paul, what do you think about this, man? This whole game and the refs.
Discipline. I'm going to be honest with you. It's discipline. The Jets aren't disciplined enough. Aaron Glenn has to start disciplining these guys. I mean, I guess 2 weeks of him, basically firing guys off of his squad didn't sink in anybody. Granted, that one pass interference, offensive pass interference with Garrett Wilson, I didn't even watch the
Yeah, that
game.
was so terrible.
They said it was a pass interference, and he was an absolute professional, saying, yeah, I shouldn't have done that at that position. He didn't want to knock nobody. He said, I shouldn't have done that in that
You're
position.
allowed to get a little push off. That's so stupid.
Well, he said, he said it right. He said, listen, I shouldn't have done that in that position, and I was wrong, and I got to try harder. They also did it to Sauce Gardner last night. And granted, Sauce Gardner is very handsy. He always has been, even in college. But one last night that I watched, and that's where I turned it off, was he was nowhere near the guy. He was nowhere near the guy. The ball was 16 yards overthrown. He was never going to catch it. That and the fact that Tua Tagovailoa completely smacked his head against the ground on purpose to get a roughing penalty against the Jets, where the guy jumped over him to avoid him. Somebody jumps over you to avoid you, knowing your history, and you're going to smack your head against the ground and make them throw a flag. You're a piece of shit for doing that, and I hope next week you get knocked on your fucking ass.
Okay.
Penalties aside, what hurt the Jets at the end of the day were the fumbles.
Yeah,
I mean, once again, if there was no fumbles, the Jets win this game handedly. Um, that's where,
you
like,
can't
I
you
watched I
can't
watched the
fumble you
I
can't
watched I
fumble
watched the
twice in
kickoff.
the red zone.
I watched the kickoff after halftime, and I go to turn my head, and I'm like, "Hold on, how the hell did Miami get the ball back?" And I was like, "They fumbled on the kickoff." I'm going, "It's freaking ridiculous."
That's where they
Sorry.
fired the guy. They
Now
fired the guy for doing the exact same thing.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Did you happen now? Because again, I turned it off because it's just okay. I'll explain to this later. But regardless of the fact, I saw a highlight this morning, and I don't understand how it was a highlight of how now I'm gonna curse a little bit here, so YouTube, excuse me. How a fucking guy calls for a fucking fair catch on the 1.5 yard line. You fucking moron. Let the ball drop. There's nobody in front of you. You let it drop. You let it go into the end zone. You stupid idiot. You don't call for a fair catch at the 2
You just,
yard line.
you just
And
didn't
then
fair
when they
catch.
and then when they interviewed him, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know where I was." Well, you shouldn't have fucking been playing, then, idiot. fucking moron, piece of shit. I'm
So,
done.
I mean, with this game, the Jets could have easily been 2-2 going into Week 5. Um,
The
it
Jets should have been 3-1 going into week 5.
That's what
well,
it was easily.
I'm just being honest.
So am I.
Um, Aaron, Glenn, you got to get your arms around this very, very quickly, my man. Because if a lot of these games start to get stupid like this, you might find yourself out of a job very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely without a doubt. I think the penalties really killed them, without a doubt. Stupid penalties, stupid penalties. And game was a lot of one-sided stuff too. Miami, there were a lot of calls that were not called. The hit on Rucker that was never called. The Long Island kid, and he got a tackle, and they never called it. And I was like, "Yo, what are you guys doing here?" Even the announcer saying you have to call it both ways. So, but hey, this is what happens, man. Hopefully, Jets can pick it up this weekend. I got
Oh, hey, and I don't like to ever see anybody get hurt. And that thing toward Tua was just me being angry. I never want to see him get hurt. Also, I want to send out, my prayers to Tyreek Hill. That was a nasty leg injury, man, and I hope it doesn't ruin anything. I know it ruined your season. Not that you want to play for Miami anyway, but you know, feel better, bro.
Was he happy leaving the field?
yeah.
I mean, he was happy, I guess, more so for the fact that he thought it was a lot worse. I think when they told him it was a dislocation and not anything torn, that he was more
Dislocation.
happy. He
Thing was
dislocated,
thing was hanging off of his leg.
understandable. He dislocated his knee, so his entire meniscus is gone. So that's surgery. That's surgery, and I think they have to do something to the top of his kneecap. I mean, either way, he's done for the season. When you see somebody's leg like that, that's horrible. I think the only other person's leg that I ever saw that I was really bad for was Dak Prescott against the Giants. That was probably, I mean, me and my brother were watching that, I think, at my mother's house together. And at the same time, we were like, oh,
No,
that
no,
that's
by far the
that
worst
was
one
one of
I've ever
those.
seen on
Alex
TV.
Smith's was
Alex
bad.
Smith, and
Oh, you
it still looks
remember?
terrible now.
So
Even when he
Down
shows his leg
Paul,
to people, I start
Down
throwing
Paul,
up.
you remember the injury you remember that Dallas Seattle playoff game back in 2019?
With who?
Dallas and Seattle 2019 playoffs.
Okay.
There was a leg injury against Dallas. You remember that one? That one was the worst one I ever saw.
I
It was
mean, even Aiden Hutchinson's last year was kind of nasty.
yeah.
Listen,
That was.
prayers
Oh,
to Tyreek.
the injury in Blindside. They put in Blindside the movie where that guy's legs literally snapped off. That's probably the worst I've seen. But all right, guys, let's go to the last Monday Night Football game. Denver Broncos and Bengals.
NFL, you're killing me. I can't stay up this late to watch these freaking games. I mean, I know you probably do it for the West Coast so they can stay up and watch, but here on the East Coast, I can't stay up till 11:30 watching your games on Monday night. You're killing me.
Usually the game's on Monday night end at 11:30. You idiot. Um, but
What?
back to my point, man. I gotta say this first off. If I'm Joe Burrow, I'm gonna call my agent and ask for a trade as soon as possible. That is the worst offensive line I've ever seen in my life. Five guys are trying to guard two guys, and they let the other two go right by them. If I am Cincinnati Joe Burrow, I'm asking for a trade because that offensive line sucks. Tony?
No, that's it. I didn't watch it. I had to go to sleep. And freaking
Okay.
Cincy. Are you kidding me? I was the only one that picked Cincy too. What the freaking Denver? Are you kidding me? Denver?
Den- Denver, Denver's a sleeper. They're definitely going to be a sleeper. Sutton's very underrated for a wide receiver. I think he's right up there with one of the best in the league, and I don't think he gets enough for it. And their defense is really really good. So you got to give it to Denver. Again, a Joe Burrow list Cincinnati Bengals team. It's just not as efficient. So, I mean, the Bengals are either going to do one of two things, and that's either go out and get themselves a quarterback, which they can go talk to the Giants. The Giants have three. Or they can call Atlanta and see if Kirk Cousins wants to go there. I mean, it all depends. But they're definitely going to do that, and I could see it coming soon. Because Jake Browning, as good as he did last year when Burrow was out, he's not doing that decent this year.
I said that,
Um,
buddy. We missed. Oh, you said, oh, John, he's gonna take him. We're good. He's gonna get him at least in
no,
the
no,
December.
no, no, no,
Yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes, you
no, no,
did. Yes, you
no.
did.
No, I didn't. You go
Yes.
back and look at it. I talked about last year. I said that he was decent last year. He won 5 games last year. Amir, how are you going to say he didn't? Joe Burrow was out for 7 games. He won 5 of those 7. I mean, that's pretty good for a guy that doesn't play a lot.
But if I am Joe Burrow, I'm gonna call my agent and ask for a trade.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll get out of there. All right, Tony, do the honors and give us the picks, buddy. It's getting close to our bedtimes.
So, with the top dogs this week, Umir and David at 11 wins apiece. Me and John Paul had a terrible, abysmal week at 8 wins each.
Coming soon. I'm coming. I
Accum- accumulated, David is
Hey,
still in the
yo.
lead with 44 wins.
I hate you, John
John
Paul.
Paul is at 39. I am at 38. And Umir's at 37. So
Ooh, I'm good.
it's pretty
I'm
close. It's
I'm
pretty
coming
close.
in. Let's
And
go.
let me start by saying this is my absolute worst start since we've done the show. I've always been the top dog.
I love it.
Making
God,
me sick.
that's good. I hope you do horrible for the rest of the season. John Paul, do the honors. What are we looking for picks, buddy?
John Paul do what?
Oh, sorry, Tony.
Tony's job, you dumb bastard.
Kiss my ass, jackass.
Take me all day to kiss your ass.
So because David's not here this week, I'm deducting 4 wins right off the top.
Eh, Dave,
All
we
right.
haven't watching the show. You're an old bastard.
So let's start with game one, the 49ers versus the Rams. I'm going to go the Rams.
I'm going Rams also.
David's not here, Umir. Come on.
I gotta go with the Rams. But
You got Minnesota versus Cleveland. I think Minnesota bounces back. I'm going to Minnesota.
Yeah, me too.
going against Miles Garrett, that offensive line is completely shot. TJ Watt had a field day on him. Yeah, I gotta take Minnesota.
All right, you have Dallas versus the New York Jets.
Dallas.
I'm going Dallas as well.
I'm going New York Jets.
You have my New York Giants versus the New Orleans Saints.
I'm going,
Stupidly, for the first time this year, I'm going with the New York Giants.
I'm going Giants. I'm in Giants.
Joe Paul?
I don't know. I don't know. They both suck.
Oh, thanks.
I'm just being honest. Yeah, give me the Giants.
All right, you got the Las Vegas Raiders and the team that fell back to earth, Indianapolis Colts. I'm still going Indy, by the way.
I like Indianapolis as well.
Give me Las Vegas.
You have the Miami Dolphins versus the Carolina Panthers.
Oh my God.
This is going to be a shit game. I'm going with Carolina, however.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah, let's see if you
You
see
have the Denver Broncos versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going
Eagles.
with the Beagles.
I'm going with the Beagles.
Oh, this is gonna be a good fucking game.
I need, yeah, and then the Eagles gonna come out of nowhere with the touchy pushy.
Oh, this is gonna be such a good game.
What do you do?
Yeah, come on, buddy. We don't gotta think. My dinner's getting
You
cold.
know, you know what? The hell with it. I think the Eagles lose this week. Give me Denver.
I hope so too, buddy. But that's not gonna happen.
All
I'm
right,
gonna try.
you have Houston versus Baltimore.
Is
Well,
is is Lamar playing this week?
I don't know, but I still think they have the tools to win, and Houston's not that good, so I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll go Baltimore. It was.
hold on a second. Let me see. Lamar Jackson could miss 2 to 3 weeks.
So he's not playing then.
Yeah, he could miss 2. Give me Houston. Got no. Houston sucks too, man. I hate this game. See, they started shit. God. This is a game in Baltimore and Houston.
Baltimore.
Yeah, give me Baltimore. I think Huntley can pull it off. Maybe still, I'm hold it back of it.
You have Tennessee versus Arizona, and I believe Tennessee is by far the worst team in the league this year.
I beg to fucking differ.
They didn't score a single point this week.
I don't care.
I'm going Arizona because I love the
So,
iced tea.
so am
Arizona.
I.
Arizona. And you know what's crazy? He's the first quarterback to come out and say we suck.
Yeah, but did you hear what he said? He didn't say we suck. He
I
goes,
know what he said.
he
He's
goes,
not.
I'm not. He goes, I'm not about it, but we asked.
This next game is going to be a headbanger, big time. Tampa
Got a
Bay,
big head.
Seattle.
You got a big head, so it's gonna be a big banger for your head.
You
Uh,
should talk.
this game
I-
is yeah.
I'm going Tampa. It's in Seattle, and I don't care.
You know what's funny? Seattle's really good doing it off on the road this year more than at home.
We're
Give me
only in week
Tampa.
5. Relax.
Give me Tampa.
Jean Paul,
I don't know, man. Seattle was rolling this week.
they did. That's why I said it's going to be a good game.
They were rolling this week. No, give me Tampa.
Tampa Bay. All right, you have Detroit versus Cincy. I think this is pretty easy across the board. We're all going Detroit.
Yes.
Probably is. I'm just gonna put you for Cincinnati, Tony.
Yeah, I'm going to smack you around and call you Susan. All right, you have Washington versus the Chargers. Even though Washington looked absolutely terrible this week, I think the Chargers looked even worse, and they're not going to have their offensive line. So I'm going Washington.
I'm going Chargers.
And actually, I don't think Washington looked as bad, and they also get two guys back. So I'm going with Washington as well.
All right, you have a AFC East game. Do New England Patriots versus the
Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm going with the Buffalo Wings
Even
myself.
Buffalo didn't look so good against New Orleans this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. New Orleans against the Giants, and
They
New
probably
Orleans.
they played down to them.
You can play down to these nuts. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, they still scored 20 points on Buffalo.
And New Orleans game in Buffalo, sorry, the New Orleans game in New Orleans and New York. That
New
game.
Orleans.
It's in New Orleans. The Jets are home this week.
All
Oh,
right, and lastly, you have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Dude, I am so tired of them having every fucking primetime game. Give me
I'm
who the
going
Kansas.
with
fuck see the Super
Jacksonville.
Jets, buddy?
Jacksonville.
Give me Kansas City.
Give me Kansas City. You are born for picking that Jacksonville.
Listen, the 3 weeks that I've picked Jacksonville, they won every time. So eat it.
They played the Niners without Niners. Half of the Niners team is injured. More.
Yeah, but look at your record, Tony. You got a worse record than I do, and that says a lot.
Hey, why you not try your mouth?
Yeah, this might be a year. I might have a better record than Tony.
What are
Okay,
you
yeah, come
talking
on,
about?
Charlie. Don't say that. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Imagine that. All right, guys. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. We'll be back again next week.